The other day, I was talking to some people, and just for the hell of it, I asked them, what is your biggest fear? And most of them kind of gave me shallow, not very sophisticated fears, and so I didn't really think of anything of it. But then the tables were turned when I was asked that same question. And I just kind of froze, because I couldn't really think of anything. And I thought of like petty things, like, I'm terrified of spiders. And, I could never go out in the dark by myself, just little things that everybody kind of is like uncomfortable with. But then it really hit me that I cannot bear the thought of leading a life of mediocrity or doing something that I know I cannot do happily. And, 20 years from now, if I find myself in a dead-end job, alone, that would really just terrify me. I mean, genocide, I don't care. I really don't. Hurricanes, droughts, earthquakes, doesn't really affect me at all. All these terrible things don't affect me. What really affects me is having a life where I did not make a positive change in any regard at all, especially to myself. I mean, I want to live with love and passion, and I want to affect those who are less fortunate than me, or even more fortunate than me. So my biggest fear is just leaving this earth unaccomplished, and leaving it as it was. And that's terrifying.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Agents? I know this is probably going to be like terrible, and I know it's probably not, you're not supposed to do this, but okay, you are trying to be this character. Now I want you to think of somebody that you know.
Okay.
Somebody that's been a part of your life for a very long time, whether it's a cousin, your mom, your dad, and I want you to do this as them. Take their life and put it through this. You do this as them.
Do this as them.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Someone close to you that
Someone
you've
very close
observed.
that you know, inside and out.
Day or night.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Why do you want to pursue acting?
It's because I obsess over it. Every waking moment. I gladly obsess over the art. It's literally what I think about with 100% enthusiasm probably every 5 minutes of my life. And, that's about it.
Let me stop you there.
Drink cocaine.
I can't confuse with overconfidence and cockiness, just to let you know.
Okay.
And I also have another question for you. What was the biggest obstacle you overcame?
In my life,
Yes.
the biggest one. I'd probably have to say dealing with the death of my close friend. And that happened this March. No, it was in February actually. And that was a kind of a trip. So dealing with that, at least emotionally. Yeah, still dealing with it kind of, but definitely something I feel as if I've overcome, definitely. But, it still kind of lingers, but I'd say, yeah, that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if we could have you start the monologue
Doing it
again,
as a different
someone
person.
that you know,
Okay.
and thank you. And we'll stop you before you won't have to do the full monologue.
The other day, I was talking with some people, and, just to see what they'd say, I asked them what their biggest fear was. And their answers were casual and, unsophisticated. And But the tables were turned when I was asked the same thing. And I couldn't think of anything. I kind of froze. I couldn't think of anything. I don't really care about anything. And the first fears that popped in my head were I'm terrified of spiders, and I couldn't go anywhere in the dark by myself. Then it really hit me that I couldn't bear living a life where, you know, I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, you know?
Thank you. Okay.
So what would you say is the biggest difference and similarity between you and your brother?
I'd say the biggest difference is passion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And biggest.
And the biggest similarity, probably, oh God.
It's okay if you're like pause because
Yeah.
the reason why I asked this is because the words were the same, obviously, but I just felt there was a whole different. I mean, you're wearing the same clothes, you have the same face,
Mhm.
obviously, but it felt like somebody else was reading it, which is a good. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to see.
Yeah.
That's what I like. That's why I asked you the biggest difference.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that you are pausing on the similarity part because if you had an answer right away, that would have been a red flag for me.
Mm.
Yeah, but I'm glad you had the difference right away and then you had a similarity. You're still thinking about it.
Yeah.
So that's good. No, it just shows your versatility.
Yeah.
So that's good. So
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do you have anything?
I don't have a question as much as I have a comment.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think, because you come off as a very confident individually, obviously, with your answer of why you want to be an actor, you know what you want to do. So, like Eddie was saying, it was a complete 180, because when you first did this monologue, it was very much as like, you couldn't relate as yourself just because you are so dead set and you
Mhm.
already know what you have to do to fulfill your own life and what
Mhm.
your purpose is and how to bring yourself that satisfaction. So, you know, as yourself having to read that monologue, it did not connect with you. So that I definitely would not take that in to an audition just because it was very obvious that you were not connecting with that in the way that an actor should connect with their monologue. So that adjustment, doing it as your brother, as somebody that you know personally and see them struggling with that was a complete 180. So definitely, yeah, just, you know, pick something that you identify with, something that you can connect with because we see that.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Thank you.
Thank you.